Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WCS Challenger, as we now have our final 4 players determined, and we are in our lower bracket, and we do have JonSnow going up against PiLiPiLi. The winner will go up against Puck, and the winner of that will go up against Neeb for the grand final. So, we will be starting things on Proxima Station, as we're just getting you in, and then once you're in, all will be good.
I bugged out.
You bugged out?
Yep.
How dare you? I'm going to try and just press invite again. There we go. I pressed invite and it didn't invite you. So maybe you could relog.
All right.
Oh well.
Come on, James.
That's fine. That's fine. So JonSnow versus PiLiPiLi. Both of them, I've been really impressed by their previous series. Yeah. Gotta say.
That was the first series that a Protoss lost to a non-Protoss, by the way.
Is that true?
Yeah. Congratulations, JonSnow. You broke the curse. Can you make it 2?
Can he? He's the only Zerg remaining in a pen full of Protoss. So, good luck, have fun. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Proxima Station, huh? Between these two. PiLi seems confident, especially like getting to chill and watching exactly how JonSnow was playing in the previous series. That must have been pretty nice for him. I wonder how familiar they are with one another, being teammates and all. You know, there is always this thing where people think that teammates are playing together all the time, whereas it's not necessarily always the case. You know, like I kind of hated playing with my teammates because then it would create tensions.
Who in particular did you hate playing with?
Let's jump it again.
All right, let's go.
I was going to answer too.
Oh, almost. Damn, I'll get you eventually. Up to the top right-hand corner is PiLiPiLi in the red from Storm Gaming as our Protoss. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, we do have JonSnow from Storm Gaming as well as our Zerg.
Finished last season with 60 WCS points. Current record against Protoss, 57.64%. Now that's precise.
It's pretty precise, I'm not gonna lie. You're right about that. 60 WCS points. It's not very good.
Yeah, it's not very high, but guess what? He's already making more noise in this one than he has in the previous one.
Yeah, and that's where you start your run. I think that, you know, the transition between, you know, 2016 season, 2017 season is a really great place, obviously, to, you know, start ramping things up. And
he's actually already secured more points than last season.
Exactly.
With at least 90.
Yep.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad, not bad.
The winner of this tournament will get 200 WCS points.
Also not bad.
And remember, we're very early into the year and the season. There's only been pretty much Intel Extreme Masters Katowice happening so far.
Yeah.
And
one thing that's important about that is that you might be looking at those points and you might be saying, well, that's not that many points.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah, it is.
You can't say that properly because we have had so many tiebreakers that have happened in the past around that 8th
rank 7 right now in the WCS rankings is 150 points. So like I said, like after Katowice, where we basically pretty much
put TY and stats on the map.
Only had Serral score a crazy amount of points with 900s. Next would be Nurture with 450. Below that, it would be Neeb with 150 there over in Katowice. Like obviously Neeb scored quite a few more points here in this one. So it's the race is still, you know, in its early stages. So it's really nice, like, to be able to score some of these points here early on.
Definitely.
In the season, so to speak. Even though, like, it's still, I guess we're in the 4th month now of the year.
I mean, if I have to make a comparison to somebody who did really well at the start of a season and then kind of teetered off, I would say that Teat Drogo didn't necessarily have a great later stages of 2016, but he had a fantastic start to the season, right? And that was able to eventually secure him enough points.
Kailaris, Teat Drogo botched this year.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah. All right. So we have the Stargate on the way, and let's see what PiLiPiLi is going to be able to do with it.
PiLiPiLi saw the previous game of JonSnow against Scarlet on this map, so he was actually leaving his pro bouts where JonSnow expanded earlier as a third base against Scarlet. Saw that no archery started there, and now he's headed home.
Wise moves by PiLiPiLi. And we'll try and shut down that Zergling. Go away. So third has been sighted at the back for JonSnow. What's the Oracle going to do, Todd? What's it going to do?
Kill drones or stasis wall them. Usually is what happens. Twilight Council on the way behind this. 2 more gateways, so... You see, this is how most Protosses take the gases on the natural when they have 16 mineral probes there. Scarlet was taking that quite a bit earlier. So wanting to play very gas-heavy style, which we don't really see too much more of nowadays.
Zergling's moving out for JonSnow to have a bit of a poke about, but there's not really much that's going to be able to get done at the front. At least it spots the Oracle flying over head. So Spore Crawler's definitely warranted. 2 queens right next to each Spore Crawler by the looks of things.
+1 melee starting here for JonSnow. So gonna wanna be playing, I'm guessing, with what could be a Baneling drop style or just Zergling Bane in general. With on this map earlier we saw Hydralisks behind it. Like I said, this is a very solid style. Pretty much always allows you to do whatever you want with it, whether it's add more units or different units to it, or even go for a huge attacks that you can go into if you feel that they can work.
And there is that Baneling nest on the way. 3 more Overlords to get himself out of a bit of an odd supply spot in just a moment.
5 Overlords actually.
Ooh, lots. Oh, I might see even a bit of a swell of units then.
Yeah.
Maybe this times out really well with the +1 and they can probably put on an assault. Because JonSnow knows that the third base is about to try and go up. Nice snipe on the probe, even delaying it a little further.
Everyone knows the adepts are coming, so there's always going to be units made at this stage in the game. It's all about how much and how do you want to go for the counter-attack. Similar to what we saw earlier from True, I think JonSnow might be planning an attack there. He's already morphing Banelings, so maybe try and crush whatever's being thrown at him, counter-attack, kill the third base of PiLiPiLi, but the smart thing to do for Pili will be to stay at home. Fleet Beacon here.
Wow, that's early.
Starting very early. And he's only on 1 Stargate so far. Usually you'd want to add at least 1 more with this. I wonder if he wants to maybe rush a mothership. No, there we go. 2 more Stargates. So just going to be going into a ton of air units there. And I'm guessing it's going to be carriers.
Dropping in the Revelation to see some of those Zerglings. They're going to get separated away from the Banelings maybe, but still, it's a lot of vision that's been granted.
Oh, this is so smart by JonSnow, keeping a lot of Links and Banes up his ramp, ready to fight against these.
That weren't used Revelation, and now they're going to go straight on into the main. No escape coming out here for PiLiPiLi. Great anticipation move coming out from JonSnow.
And the counter-attack has to do something there. He invested a lot into units. JonSnow, quite a few walkers behind here, 10 in total. He needs to do damage across the map, and he's going to need a whole lot more Banelings here to be able to do that, because there is a full wall off right now.
Well, you say
but
that.
These adepts can get blown up very quick.
Yeah, and if he hits those...
Oh, he spots it. Stasis Ward. Might be sick, actually.
Don't know if he's out.
He's swapping in sentries. Pili, he's going to be trying to go for some force fields.
Try and go for it. Nicely done, but at the same time, oh, saving that pylon as well. Great move here.
And he's killing all the Banelings. This is great for Pili. Behind this, he can safely go into carriers.
I think both players
crushed this.
Both players making such good moves in terms of their defenses, but surely, with the carriers in the position that they're in now, that is a much stronger transition for PiLiPiLi.
JonSnow invested way too much into units here and wasn't able to do any damage. So past the defense now, he's in a lot of trouble. He's got a ton of links against the Protoss that's passing air. Unless he goes for some sort of Baneling drops, JonSnow is definitely in a tough spot right now, I think.
All right, Jolistan on the way behind all of this for JonSnow. Knows that now he's really quite up against it. I mean, he doesn't fully know that it is a fleet beacon behind this, but is really anticipating the idea of some air-based tech, because of course PiLiPiLi does like that.
Yeah, even at the wall he didn't see that many units. That's a big tell.
All right, so Sentry Ward, JonSnow reacting with just 1 drone again. Very, very well done. But here comes the movement out from PiLiPiLi. Anything that he can force in terms of extra ground units would be very nice.
PiLiPiLi hasn't seen much either. He just used Revelation on the natural for some reason. I think he was trying to spot some building. He's gonna spot the Hydra then.
Nice. Well, this was awkward. All these Zerglings
What
just
is this
ran
move
past.
out?
I don't know.
I guess it's just before recall. Keep in mind, Hydralisks are about to come out if Mothership gets sniped there. It's going to be in trouble for Pili, who I think is going to look to recall just before that force fields in the first place.
Gotta
it's
go.
recall time.
Bye-bye.
Sick casting.
Yep.
That's why you're the best.
Bye-bye. That's another 2 Stargates about to finish up. He's going to be on 5
That's
Stargates.
a pretty big amount of Stargates. Actually, a bit unusual.
Very little gas to actually accommodate for 5 Stargates.
Not sure what the plan is here. I mean, if he wants to go into some sort of void race.
Spire's on the way, Todd.
Maybe just take the gold from there. Like kill the debris, take the gold.
At this
then
rate,
camp that.
though, JonSnow's economy is looking pretty good with that 4th base being set up now.
I mean, it's all about the gas, right? It feels like JonSnow needed to expand even faster than that. He's going to be going for the gold base. And PiLiPiLi with another move out, I have to say, he has no fear.
No. None whatsoever. As the 3 carriers going up towards the top.
Adept's actually about to get surrounded, but he's trying to shade out with some of them.
Able to find over at the gold base, but all of this is a big distraction.
He's bringing the army out of position here with his to try and do some damage on the other base on the left-hand side, and then recall whenever he gets in trouble.
There's 5 carriers about to pop on the other side of the map, so snipe this and then just leave, and then go and join the rest of your armada.
This is gonna slow down the mining gas from JonSnow quite a bit.
Doesn't even need to recall, but it's gonna do it anyway. Get it over there very, very fast.
Look at the gas income of JonSnow now.
Nice.
It's equal with PiLi's, which is a disaster for Zerg. Like, you need way more gas to be able to work properly.
So nicely done by Protoss, as now the extra carriers are about to pop, and this army is getting way too strong.
PiLiPiLi is so sick at playing this carrier style. I mean, it's really good periods, like, to be honest.
Yeah. Really taken on a higher level than
even the
ever
Oracle
before.
across the map is getting some kills now.
Oh my god. 3 kills! There's just... the Hydras are now coming along to deal with it.
JonSnow stuck on lair tech. Just massing units.
How many carriers does PiLiPiLi wait for? Because at this point he has got a lot of power. But there's 42.
As many as he can get, guys.
There's 42 Hydras though, Todd. That's a lot of Hydras.
Well, there's 9 carriers.
I guess so. Alright, well, the movement out's coming.
Did you watch that movie, The Magnificent 7?
I did.
Oh, wow. PiLiPiLi needs to be careful there. This might be a bad
shield.
place for him to fight, even though he's got a ton of carriers. A lot of these Hydralisks got trapped, actually, and cannot be attacking the carriers. They are just shooting at interceptors. That are going to rebuild pretty fast.
Yeah, 30 left over at the moment, and the Time Warp is going to slow down all of these Hydralisks, but they are still gutting a lot of these interceptors, even getting onto one of the carriers as well. Because they don't have that many interceptors here, they're just going to walk straight on towards them and focus them down. Oh no!
PiLiPiLi might have moved out a little bit too early there. He had so many more carriers in the production tab. He didn't wait for them. He's still going to clean up.
Yeah, not enough Hydralisks left. And now there's only 9 on the field here. We're in the production tab, only 9 as well. And 5 more carriers are about to pop.
It always surprises me. Like, even though he somehow cleaned up and won that fight, I feel like if Pili had waited to be maxed out, he would have lost not a single carrier in the next fight. Like, just destroyed JonSnow, but...
Especially waiting for +2 weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, yes, +2 carapace would have been done on the Hydralisks as well, which does soak up a lot of that, but it's not much.
Come on.
All right, well, here we go. This base is going to be forfeit at this point. The Hydras and Queens, there's quite a few of them, but there's still more carriers coming along.
He's going to target that and then get out, I guess.
Bye.
PiLiPiLi, even though he's playing like this carrier style that a lot of people would like to play super passive with, he's playing fairly aggressive with it, I have to say.
The 3 carriers that got the base up to the top left was very good.
Like, who would be attacking there?
And, well, while all of this is going on, PiLiPiLi has got his 4th base set up with plenty of cannons in defense. So, any doubts about him being able to fuel those 5 bases worth of, the 5 Stargates worth of carriers are dispelled now.
Yeah,
oh, get the Hydras den.
+3 already starts too, like this is...
Or just get the layer.
Wow.
Doesn't even care. Easy kills.
You kill all the interceptors you want. I'm a millionaire.
The thing is that when I watch Protoss versus Zerg, it's probably an unpopular opinion, I suppose, but when Protoss gets to this many carriers and looks this strong, I think Zerg sort of deserves to lose. I mean, I'm not saying this about JonSnow in particular.
Too late.
I'm just saying this about, like, if you let your opponent get to, like, such a strong army like this...
It's your fault if you lose. I mean, you can call out JonSnow all you want.
No. All right.
Pretty sure he's going to be watching that VOD later. Hi, JonSnow.
I'm pretty sure you said this and not me. And the carriers are now dancing.
That's not the beatbox promised.
That was not the beatbox promised, no.
Come on, hey.
If they dance again. Oh, oh. Go on, carriers. Oh, no, that's not a dance. We're going off the carriers. They've had their time. They've had their opportunity.
JonSnow in a world of trouble. Like, he's getting corruptors. Having to remake layer is a disaster. His building's actually bleeding out right now in the main. It's some slow bleeding, but they are bleeding nonetheless.
And now there are 16 carriers with a mothership on the way, with 4 more carriers about to pop. PiLiPiLi has the most amazing army.
The Golden Armada, man.
The true Golden Armada.
I'm always surprised when I watch this kind of game and I see like a bunch of carriers flying by themselves in the middle of the map. I'd be like super paranoid. Like, yes, 20 infestors burrowed. This is a nightmare. I'm not going to be able to recall. But PiLiPiLi is reading the game really well. He's going to be sniping drones at top.
Oh.
Oh, actually, he walks past it. He spares him.
Well, one carrier already fell over to these corruptors, but at the same time, technically, these carriers against all of this anti-air is not the best fight for them to take, but yeah, the recall would be good unless it actually dies!
What is going on? And what are the adepts on the ground here to help against these hydralisks?
I think he's still winning the fight. This is, yeah.
Or maybe he's not.
You know what's really hard? Casting carriers. What are you supposed to say about the interceptors? Oh, they're killing hydras, oh, they're killing corruptors, oh, they're killing queens. Like,
they're dying to queens and hydras and corruptors.
I mean, there's not much micro that goes in with the carriers, so. All right.
Void Ray is being mixed in now against the corruptors. I like that.
I feel like this game is going on for a little bit longer than it should have. Do you not think
it's going on for longer than you wish it did?
No. That's not fair. Do you think that PiLiPiLi probably could have ended it a bit earlier with the amount of carries he had, though?
Well, I think if PiLiPiLi didn't move out before maxing out and maxed out, when he took that big fight in the middle of the map, the next fight he would have completely destroyed JonSnow. But he didn't know where JonSnow was in terms of tech, in terms of adding a ton of spores, in terms of economy. Again, like, this is a case of us being able to see the whole map and to see the entire picture, right?
Very much so. I was going to move over here and start assaulting this base. Just trying to shut down some of the economy here and just...
It feels like he wants to play in hardcore modes with no adepts on the ground. Because if he made a couple of adepts there on the ground, these hydralisks, they will die super fast.
Wouldn't even just mixing in some High Templars with it.
Well, I mean, that's next level, right? Like, that's quite costly gas-wise.
Yeah, I suppose so. There's a bit of gas. But of course, everything's still just going into carriers and void rays, so yeah, I can see where you are. That hatchery is dead. But likewise, this Nexus should be dead as well. So this might force a response from PiLiPiLi to actually like come back and start responding to this. I mean, it is very slow because it's a lot of queens in this as well, but...
He's just gonna trade.
Okay.
He's got so many cannons at home ready to trade against hydralisks that this is the last properly mining base from JonSnow there. And just like that, he's gone.
Sorry, mate.
Even getting actually +1 armor here for his air units
helps a lot against hydras and queens. Less so against corruptors, but...
Oh, that expansion at the bottom.
Found.
What are these guys doing there?
No, the melee attacks of hydras, I love watching it. Look at them. Ruff, ruff. And I actually did it in real life, just so you know. Look at it. Ruff, ruff.
I don't know, I just saw them getting zapped down.
Alright, well, these carriers are in actually a pretty good spot. It's only interceptors that are being traded away for that.
But like, PiLiPiLi is not that rich though. Like, he needs to stop losing that many interceptors, maybe regroup and this time wait to properly be maxed out. JonSnow is trying to catch him out on the map, out of position, to try and take a big fight and try and win it.
Resources lost, though, very much so in favor of our Protoss player. Yeah, as JonSnow just... He wants to move out with this army somehow, but all almost half of this army is Queens, so moving off creep means that you are vulnerable.
Still trying to catch him. Here we go. This is the big one.
Yeah, look at those lasers. Look at those interceptors. That's a carrier army. And actually just dominated this army completely. Oh, there you go, GG. PiLiPiLi, game number 1, falls to him as the carriers show their might and strength. Going...
The golden armada, man.
Yep.
This army is no joke, and PiLiPiLi is a little bit of a master of carriers. I have to say, it's very inspiring to see him play this style and play it so well. Like I said, like it's very tempting when you play this style to just kind of sit back and wait until you max out on carrier. Anybody can do that, but to actually do what PiLiPiLi just did and be as aggressive as him takes a lot of skill, and he pulls it off. Is
this the era that Protoss has been waiting for? The opportunity to just build carriers and just kill everything?
Well, I mean, it's been going on for a while now, right?
Of course, but...
And, like, players got a lot better against it. In this case, though, I really feel like it's not like Protoss massing carriers against Zerg. It's more like PiLiPiLi just kind of outplaying JonSnow the whole way.
Fair. So we're going to be on Cactus Valley for our next map. As these two get ready. So the question is, 1, can PiLiPiLi get away with the same style on this map? Seems so. If it's predictable, it becomes a lot worse. Like I said, there's a lot of things that Zergs can do. You can throw in some all-ins. You can play very differently, more greedy. Yep. Usually, it's what happens before the carriers are there also that decide whether these guys have a good chance at working or not, and the adepts need to be handled better. Keep in mind, what propelled PiLiPiLi in such a good position in this game is the fact that he sent adepts across the map, and there was a huge overreaction of JonSnow, who overmade Zerglings, with which the counterattack just didn't work. Like, the counterattack got absolutely crushed. That was a beautiful defense by PiLiPiLi, not just spotting it, but warping in sentries, force fielding, using overcharge, making sure it doesn't take any damage. And then from there, if you're on... I don't know if these are like the factual numbers, but if you're on 58 probes on 3 bases, when Zerg is on 48 drones, I think there was a 10 walkers difference at this point in the game. Usually you're doing very well, and you're going to be doing well in the mid game, and as long as you don't mess up your game plan, you're going to be doing well in the late game as well, and that's exactly what happened there. So JonSnow maybe play a little bit more of an economic game, because now he was just trying a build that doesn't work against solid Protosses, and PiLiPiLi, that was solid from him, the defense. Yes, it was. All right, so let's get into it then. It will be game number 2, as we have spawning up to the top right. It will be JonSnow in the blue, representing Storm Gaming, and down towards the bottom, it's PiLiPiLi, also representing Storm Gaming. He's in the red, and he's our Protoss. PiLiPiLi maybe could mix in different stuff, like we saw in his previous series. Play very differently from one game to another. Maybe a good old 4 Dark Templar War Prism across the map. Like, really, like, he hasn't really been playing that, right? The one time that he played with the Dark Shrine, he was with a huge Adept build earlier on in the game. That he pulled off beautifully as well. True, true. So JonSnow likewise on the other side. Yeah, that was against True, actually. I would like to see JonSnow be a bit more maybe aggressive towards some kind of, if there was going to be some kind of airplay, but it is difficult. Very difficult to find those kind of openings against an opponent like PiLiPiLi. It was just odd what he did last game with massing Lings like this. Yeah, it was a lot of investment. I know JonSnow is supposed to be all about his wildlings, but he didn't do enough. Almost as bad as the attack on the wall. JonSnow and the wildlings. Perfect. All right, well. Very safe build by PiLiPiLi to go for the wall off like this, down the ramp.
with the double gateway, not rushing the Nexus when a lot of people would just try for that. Going for a scout as well.
Sadly for him, going all the way around. Sees the Overlord at that position, realizes what's going on, where the positions are.
Man, these North American Protoss impressing me a lot here in this tournament. Not just Nib after all, right? Puck and PiLiPiLi as well, showing a lot of good things.
It's great to actually see, because obviously I've not been as active in the StarCraft scene for maybe like a year and a half, almost 2 years now, I suppose. But it's great to see that North America got good, actually.
Get good.
They get good.
Somebody said get good.
But they did. Like, watching a lot of these games, it's really exciting to see, especially when we saw people like PiLiPiLi at Katowice, how well he was able to play against top tier.
Yeah, there has always been names, to be honest, for North America, of like good players, but it was like, from one tournament to another, you never really knew what to expect. Like, you had guys like Arium attending Dreamhack and beating a couple of people, but then eventually losing to other players. But there's always been some good players here and there, but not necessarily consistent enough, I guess you could say.
It feels that way. And it was always very top heavy. It would be like one or two guys in America would be like the gods.
Hydra.
That guy. But beyond that, not too many more. But now you see like a really good wealth of players at the top in North America. So, anyway.
The new generation taking over.
That's right, man. It's all about that new era. Well, Double Adept walling off and making sure that these Lings can't get in. So still quite a bit of investment into Lings, but obviously did want those there to deal with any Adepts that would come out onto the map anyway.
Third gateway in Twilight, so more Adepts, more Glaives, and maybe more Stargates.
Can't go wrong with Glaives.
From Pili.
Every time I hear the word Glaive, it always reminds me of Warcraft 3. Always. Because the Sentinels threw Glaives. You remember the Night Elf Sentinels?
You mean the Huntresses?
That one. It's also a Sentinel, technically, lore-wise, but yeah.
It's called a Huntress.
All right, okay, but... all right. They are Glaives. But those ones bounced, so...
You know what the Night Elf catapults are called?
Catapults?
Ballistas.
Oh, the ballistas when they... Yeah. They actually threw a giant glaive themselves as well, no?
Yeah, I think that they might be called glaive throwers as well.
Yeah, they might be. We've done well.
I'm supposed to know that game.
You're right, they were Huntresses, but it was Sentinels on the Huntress. Well, on the... Yeah, whatever.
You know, actually, there are people that focus a lot on, like, stats and stuff. Like, I was never really one of those people. Like, if you ask me about, like, random HPs and stuff or damage in StarCraft, I don't know them that well. Yeah. But I do understand the game in a way where, like, when I watch it or play it, like, it just kind of clicks and I understand it, I would say, better than most people.
I get you. I mean,
but there are some people out there that know, like, every stat and stuff. Like, for example, Grubby.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the sickest.
TLO knows
well, like,
them as
even
well for
TLO is like a mad scientist with this stuff.
It's true, man.
Like, TLO is like in a classroom, like wearing a doctor Dario, like white vest. He's like teaching. All right, today we got StarCraft class.
Yeah.
How much damage does a +2?
How many +2 corruptor shots will kill off a +2 armored carrier? And he's just like
somebody saying something. That's the wrong answer.
Well, actually,
if you did your homework,
if you did your air-to-air combat homework for StarCraft 2, you'll know that.
That's not what Dario sounds like at all.
No, I can't do the German accent at all without sounding extremely bad.
Then do it.
No.
Everybody sounds bad when they do this accent, but some people sound bad but funny.
That's a lot of Adepts.
Like in Control. Fires their missiles.
That is a lot of Adepts shading onto those roaches at the same time, and that is going to be them falling quite rapidly. As PiLiPiLi here is just looking to pick up some of these weakened Adepts as quickly as possible. Ravager is trying to corrosive bile on that, but more Adepts coming in here, and PiLiPiLi even picking up some of the weakened ones at the front lines.
PiLiPiLi is all in with this, so he needs to make it work right now, even though is he hasn't really killed enough walkers at all. Like, he needs to start doing more damage with this. That shade towards the main, I think, will achieve just that as he warps in towards the third base.
Well, trying his best to just kind of divide and conquer these positions and try to get onto those drones. Not successful too much, though, to try and get onto them.
It's been a sick defense so far for JonSnow, but he's not out of the woods at all. There's still a lot of adepts left over. He needs to keep on cleaning up. He needs to keep on running around with the drones and make sure he doesn't lose too many of them.
The one saving grace is that his third base is being delayed. Back is for PiLiPiLi, because obviously JonSnow has spread creep on it.
I mean, PiLiPiLi, like I said, like this is supposed to be an all-in. He doesn't have third and fourth gas. He's banking quite a few minerals. He needs to maybe start making more probes to eventually take those and transition, because right now this, I don't think, has done enough, even though he started killing more and more drones. JonSnow struggling to properly defend against this.
Just has to send his roaches and lings absolutely everywhere here across these three bases. Just trying to retreat out with drones everywhere. Which
a couple drones on the top left-hand side were like, we can't mine from our base, well good, just go somewhere else.
I'm sorry guys, you're lost. If you could kindly go back, because right now, seems like the majority of the depths have been cleaned up. There's 10 left, but most of those are in the wall.
Oh, that queen. You ready? Rip.
No, not the queen!
Gotta save the queen.
She's gone.
And the adept shenanigans will continue as well. On the right-hand side, we've got another pack about to shade somewhere. As more get dropped into, actually, like at this point, it's not cost-effective at all anymore. PiLiPiLi is just losing a ton of adepts, doing nothing.
Oh, there you go, GG. JonSnow ties it up, 1-1. Good job by JonSnow to hold on against that. That was a lot of adepts in that first attack.
He was ready this time, and good defense, not wasting time going into units he didn't need to get, just going pure Ling Roach. And the dancing around with the drones was very neat. Like, without that, even if you have a ton of units, if you start losing like 20 drones instantly, you can be in a lot of trouble in this situation, and Protoss can start making more probes. He is still going to be able to keep on spamming adepts towards you at the same time, so very nicely done by JonSnow.
Yep. We're going to be on Honor Grounds next. Don't know why I said it so weirdly. We're going to be on Honor Grounds next. There we go. It seems that JonSnow needed a 1-minute break.
Time for a dishonorable build on Honor Grounds.
A dishonorable build on the most...
On the holy grounds.
On the holy grounds of Honor Grounds. We don't get to see Honor Grounds too much, to be honest.
Yeah, not as much as some of these other maps.
No.
We don't see Cactus Valley, actually, I feel, as much in best of threes, but now that we're in best of fives, we see it a bit more.
Yeah. I can't even recall half of the best of threes from our qualifiers. And most series nowadays, is in tournament play, are all best of fives.
Really?
So.
You don't remember Vilos games?
I do remember those ones. They were certainly interesting. Alrighty. Well, after this, we still have 2 more best of 5s to come. As the winner of this moves on to play Puck, and then the winner of that moves on to play Neeb.
Yeah.
We could have a Protoss trifecta in the top spots.
JonSnow beat a Protoss finally, and then he gets another, and another, and another.
And they get progressively harder as you go up as well. It's like, okay, this is level 1, this is PiLiPiLi. Then you got to go to level 2, which is Puck, and then you fight the king himself, Neeb, resting atop his mountain of mobile phones as he flies the flag of Ting.
And then you go to Austin. It's like showtime first round.
Like, why does this keep happening?
Looking forward to the European as well.
Yeah.
Challenger.
Good for you.
It's gonna be sick, man. You're gonna be watching. Shut up.
I will watch. I'm.
You're gonna be wishing you were there with me.
Most of the time, I'm in England with my brother.
They made you host for some reason, by the way.
Yeah. Are they good to go? Pilly and JonSnow. He said
I want to get some water.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, kids.
That's true. I should just start it and be like, no water for you. My mouse is hovering over the start game button.
The wait must feel very long, by the way, for Neeb.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's four best of 5.
Is he even online? He's probably gone for a nap.
He has time to do anything.
Yep.
He can go to Lotte World if he wants to. Enjoy a couple roller coasters, come home, and then he'll have to play.
Yeah.
He's going to be the big favorite, I think, in finals, no matter who he plays.
Yeah. After taking that 3-0 over Puck, that was just dominating fashion. Very strong. Just like,
What is that?
I don't know. It's like some, you know, that when you get cables and it's tied up in like a little piece of.
You found that on the table?
Yeah. What's wrong?
Let me see.
No, it's mine.
Why?
Precious.
Oh my god.
Okay, here you go. No. Okay. Why do you want it? No, no, no! This is what I have to put up with.
Focus!
This rapscallion throws my toys away.
You got a job to do.
Can I have it back?
Is there? Why?
Because I want it. It's fun. Like, oh, they're ready. Look, I'm pressing ready now.
There you go, I made a ring for you.
Aww. I do, Todd.
The producer couldn't even put up with this anymore, it just went in-game lobby.
Oh, yeah? All right. Okay, so on the ground's loading up. We are here. Let's go. It's 1-1. As we have... Oh, dear me. This silly box, I don't know why it keeps coming up every single time. Up to the top right-hand corner, we do have Darth Pilius, the red Protoss, representing evil in every shape and form because nobody likes Protoss. And up to the top left-hand corner, we do have Zerg. People love Zerg because they're the underdog. They're the scrappy underdog from the underground. It's JonSnow tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, right.
No, you don't think so?
The underdogs.
The underdogs?
More like the big dogs.
The big dogs.
Seen those Ultras?
Yeah. When do they ever get to those, Todd?
Actually, Ultras are pretty bad against Protoss. We've got this unit called the Immortal.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Not bad, not bad. Lives up to its name.
I remember there was a meta actually where like Ultras with Vipers and Infestors who are really strong. If you could land Blinding Cloud Fungal. But then there was also this thing where like if you made a mothership and like you tried to recall as Zerg was like maybe neuraled or abducting it, the game will crash. So many PvZs ended in a crash.
Was that the meta? Just for try and force
actually,
the crash?
like, if you... back then it was really weird because you would get a ton of Immortals and you would be like, okay, I'm good against Ultras, and then your army would just not be shooting because he was under Blinding Clouds and Fungals would hit as well. It was all about the Templars hitting the feedbacks.
Fun times. The weird and wacky world of StarCraft 2 meta. Oh, PiLiPiLi got the nice scout first. And JonSnow sent his Overlord initially in the wrong direction, so the second one will reach eventually on towards that natural. It's kind of good to time it out the way he has done in terms of the Overlords, because regardless of which one gets there first, if you send it vertically, it'll get there about the same time as the second one gets to the natural, and then you'll see the Nexus.
Our first non-3-0 of the day.
Wow. Privileged.
You know what I should have done? Check the MMR.
Check. Oh, you should have. Why haven't you been doing that?
Because I wanted to have some suspense.
Ah, okay, I see. The good old StarCraft 1 argument of we don't want to see the production tab, we don't want to see the MMR.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
That's how it goes.
Yeah? Okay.
Who's your favorite wrestler in WWE? Ben?
Who's my favorite wrestler in WWE? Oh, Todd, you've opened up a can of worms here. Well, I do love Finn Balor. He's a fantastic gentleman.
Is that actually a wrestler? Or?
Finn Balor, yes.
Finn Balor?
Finn Balor. He's a Irish wrestler, actually, but he's been injured recently. He has two personas. The normal Finn Balor, but he also, every so often, becomes the Demon King. Ooh, scary. Ooh. So there's him. He's very good. Yeah. I don't want to go further.
All right, yeah, I think you've said enough to make me lose interest for WWE.
Yeah, he didn't look pretty interested, I'll be honest.
All right, yeah, PiLiPiLi mixing in the build that I thought he might go for in the previous game that I thought would have been good with the Dark Shrine and the Robo.
Yep.
Only one more gate though so far. I wonder, yeah, usually I guess you can add the 2 other ones later. It gets some more probes in the first place.
Yeah, it'll come down.
Everything gets spotted though. Nice scout from JonSnow there.
Easy peasy.
He definitely knows something.
He does know something now, yeah. But the cool thing about this build is that even though it gets spotted, generally it's still got quite a punch behind
Link's
it.
gonna try to get in. Sometimes you can spam past the adept.
Yeah, and the little
because these guys are very skinny.
Yep. Silly adepts don't normally block all the time.
So no additional gateways. I guess just 2 Dark Templars into a quicker 3rd Nexus. Maybe as an adjustment because he was scouted. And he knows that... I mean, you go for Dark Shrine and 2 gates. Zerg still has to get spores on every base, so it's actually genius to skip on the for once gateway 3 and 4. And then go for a quicker 3rd, especially if it goes unscouted, which in this case is going to be happening.
Isn't it great, Todd, to be here during the development of a Protoss mastermind in PiLiPiLi? He keeps doing these like little slightly subtlety mind games, and it's very cool. Like the
I'm just glad I'm able to realize what he's doing, because if I didn't, then I'd be missing on the beauty of the subtleties of some of his decisions there.
It's good. It's very good.
Behind is actually, because your economy is going to be stronger because you went for the quicker 3rd than usual, you can actually go for a sicker push than if you had gone for the initial 4 Dark Templars. Obviously, the Ara is going to be weaker, but he finds some room anyway and gets a Queen there.
I like he was trying to body block the Queen as well to get back onto creep. So does manage to pick up that kill.
JonSnow was quite greedy, actually. He skipped Spore in main and natural. Like, sure, he has Overseer, but that guy is out of position just for 1 second. Like, these guys can do quite a bit of damage. Actually, the natural is super exposed. PiLiPiLi, if he goes there...
Oh, yeah, this natural. You're right. Because it's not even connected by creep, so Queens would have a hard time even getting there. But doesn't realize, of course.
Yeah, the 3rd base gets spotted now of PiLiPiLi by JonSnow. And charge behind these 5 more gates. Alright, this is going to be a massive attack.
All right.
Headed for JonSnow here eventually.
It's quite exciting, actually.
You sound excited.
Queen's going to be able to get over to this base despite all of that. And does find that this is exposed, but got to get out. Sorry, Dark Templars. That's a Spore Crawler.
Usually 3 Mortals is the amount when you would want to go for a timing behind this. You already have the War Prism out on the map. DTs can also delay the quick spread a little bit, not even necessarily directly by killing spores, but also because Zerg's busy defending against Dark Templars, so then quick spreading becomes less of a priority, as opposed to losing your drones and making sure they don't die. So we've got the 3rd Immortal now on the way. Additional gateways were thrown down by PiLiPiLi, who's not taking additional gases than the initial 2 that he made, so just a flood of Zealots.
Take these Dark
tsunami of psionic Zealots.
Tsunami. Ah, yes. Well, there's going to be a few Archons with this as well. Not exactly the best for chasing down roaches if they're on creep with Glitter Constitution as well, but that's some Ravagers too.
It's going to rain Zealots on 100 grounds.
Oh, dear me. Those Ravagers at the front caught off really off guard. But microing back on creep is very good against these Zealots.
Kiting is very important against them, but I mean, there's just going to be so many of them. The Immortals being left untouched for the most part. PiLiPiLi needs to dodge some of these pile, make sure you don't take too much damage. Archons at the front now.
The stutter step's still good though. Thinning all of those Zealot numbers means that...
Oh, and the Prism is going to be exposed. He needs to move that. Those at the last second. Maybe a pickup as well on these Immortals is going to be helpful.
Zealots on the worker line got a little bit dumb, but it was such a big investment for PiLiPiLi to go for this fight.
Once Immortal actually was luring the entire army away here, being chased for a second.
Oh, Zealots get warped in again, and those 2 Immortals get picked up and tried to be microed as much as possible here for PiLiPiLi, but I don't know how much more he's going to be able to do with this. Yes, he thinned the numbers of drones, but other than that, the Immortals are just going to get chased away.
Hey, it's very important actually to kill 15 drones. Like, sure, you would have liked to win the game right there and then, but now PiLiPiLi on a 10 walkers lead behind this. Might be a good time to start taking these additional gases though, because he's still only on 2, and spamming Zealots like it's a critical mass of Roach Ravager is not going to be the most useful thing ever, even though he's going to have Immortals and Archons to work with as well.
The only way it would work is if we got a full surround with the Zealots, and even then, the Roaches are still doing quite a bit of damage to the Zealots, so still just trying to snipe out wherever he can. Just
that was a sick dodge. Yeah, lots of overcharge available, 4 in total there.
Yeah. Controlling the watchtower here for a second. I'm going to have to back on out. But an overcharge gets thrown down a little bit earlier than was
the
expected.
Prism's actually counter-attacking across the map.
Oh, yeah?
Onto the natural.
Pushing this away. Actually, with not many roaches there left. Oh, there's quite a few roaches left, I was going to say.
Yeah, but these Zealots, they're going to close in and do a ton of damage here against these. If the
Yeah.
Ravagers die, it's a disaster for JonSnow there.
Yeah, if it's only the Ravagers along with that. The fact that there weren't that many roaches left over meant that they didn't really have a good meat shield. The roaches are able to tank a bit more than those Ravagers. These Immortals are still, PiLiPiLi, still keeping on with this. Pick it up.
These guys have 8 kills and 13 kills.
Yeah. Welcome to good old Immortal days.
So did Butchers.
Powerhouses. Let's get on with it. All right, well, the army now for PiLiPiLi is gaining strength again on the other
He's still
side.
got a Walker lead, so I don't think he's unhappy in any way with the way this is going. Dropping the Immortals again into the natural. And finally adding additional gases. He stayed on gases for very, very long, so now adding those is going to give him a sickest boost in terms of being able to add more Archons to his army and try and close this game out. Supply is about even, which is a bad sign for Zerg because he's going for Roaches. He's supposed to have a healthy lead here in regards to that.
And PiLiPiLi going to go for another fight again here by the looks of things. He doesn't have a forge, so...
Wow, he spammed Bile next to the Prism.
Yeah.
Missed just by a little bit.
All right. So this is going to be PiLiPiLi's big assault. Will it work? There's a lot of Zealots in this.
31 Zealots against 27 Roaches. And we've got 6 Immortals.
Oof.
But Baneling's now being morphed. I think JonSnow realizes there's going to be too many Zealots for just Roaches to take on them. He needs those Banelings right now. They're about to morph for some of them.
Oh, the Zealots are all surrounding everything, and they're going to get big connections onto a lot of those Zealots. Baneling's also coming in from the back from these Roaches. Just need to kind of wander on through here and get towards some more of these units. Drones coming off the line against the Immortals towards the bottom. That's some good bile shots on towards those Archons at the top here, as the Zealots still doing a bit of damage towards those drones in the mid. If JonSnow can hold on somehow, some way, his work count is even enough.
But the Prism in the natural now is going to send a flood of Zealots once again towards that location. PiLiPiLi all over the place. JonSnow trying to hold on. If he can stabilize, even though we lost 17 drones, he will be on 4 bases.
Yeah, the flurry of Psyblades everywhere at the moment. JonSnow still trying to just scramble for this defense. 18 workers have gone down at the moment. Here come more reinforcements from JonSnow. Likewise, another big warp in here from PiLiPiLi, who is already still working on the hatchery on the right-hand side at that 4th location. And he's got himself 18 workers still in total.
Actually, that one Immortal was targeting the hatchery. He lost one of those to Zerglings, and the other one is going to have to run away now. So essentially, the Immortal count has been very heavily negated. Now it's down to only 2 Immortals, which against this army, you feel you need more than that. PiLiPiLi here. Supply is plummeting. He's going to start a 4th base. But sickest defense here from JonSnow. Really staying alive for longer than I thought he might be able to in this game. Might be able to do it still.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what we've got at the front here to really deal with any kind of counterattack. 4 Archons.
Keep in mind, there was never a forge made for PiLiPiLi there, whereas JonSnow is on +1 missile and +1 melee upgrades, which is helping a lot in these fights. And this is Legacy of the Void. In terms of minerals, these bases are going to mine out fast here at these points. For PiLiPiLi, across all 3 of his bases, if you look at the minerals, he's very depleted.
Yeah, thinning out fast. Not a good spot here for PiLiPiLi, but he's going to continue on with the harassment, trying to get his 4th base set up so he can continue to feed this army.
Yeah. JonSnow's redroning back up a little bit. But behind this, I'm sure it's going to be a ton of units to try and basically keep on trading and dealing with this Protoss army that keeps being thrown at him. Forge finally on the way here for PiLiPiLi. He wants to get some of these attack upgrades. Or maybe plasma shields.
As you said,
with this many Archons.
Very late though.
Okay, look at how many Archons he has now.
That's a lot of Archons.
Where's the toilet when you need it, man? Cheeky Vortex.
Yeah. A lovely, lovely combo. Sad that we haven't seen it for so long. But PiLiPiLi.
Stefano Kiwikaki. Never forget.
Which
MC had so many sick Archon toilet actually back in the day.
The one that stands out to me the most was Squirtle versus MVP. Do you remember?
Yeah, but like
it wasn't the same, of course.
Against BCs and all that.
Yeah, that was insane.
And then the Void Race coming in at the perfect time behind it. What Protoss dreams are made of.
Do you remember what that map was called? I do not at all.
Metropolis?
Was it Metropolis?
Might be.
Yes? Okay. Impressive. Oh, hat-trick! Ah!
Woo, that was close. Sellouts on the left-hand side at the same time. He's just going to pick up JonSnow's defense, I have to say, against this. So many Zergs might have fallen apart there.
Oh. I'm getting alright in this observing stuff. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm so rusty still.
It worked.
It worked. Alright, more Banelings, more
Oh, the prism!
Where is it?
Flying into a spore.
That's ambitious.
That looked like me playing darts.
Missing the board.
Oh, the fourth base of PiLiPiLi is very exposed. He's going to lose a ton of probes there super fast. And even that Nexus could get targeted down. He was already missing some of the shields.
That's gone. That
could
gone.
be a game-winning move. Meanwhile, across the map, PiLiPiLi is engaging with his entire army, which is mostly Archons. He was forgetting a lot of the Immortals behind.
Trying to pick up some of the Zealots and the Archons as well for that
Some
Warp Prism.
6 stutter stepping by JonSnow, and look at the supply colors.
Oh, I can't deal with it. There's no way. With that amount of creep that's available there, there's just not enough units. He manages to kill off their base himself as well, but the Zerglings are going on the wrap around here to finally finish off this army. It's going to have to be Warp Prism Micro to the max, but Archons and Immortals will fall here as Bios come down onto the Warp Prism, a thunderous connection, and JonSnow takes it to 2-1.
A thunderous connection.
Thunderous.
Does corrosive bias strike you as a thunder-like attack because it comes from the skies?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I could have said lightning bolt. I don't know. Why you gotta hate, mate?
Great job by JonSnow. I have to say I'm very impressed here. The way he's defended this. Most Zergs just kind of fall apart against this, and he did not, and he gets rewarded for it.
Yep.
With a 2-1 lead, and maybe advancing on to the next round thanks to this win. Eventually, but then his only reward will be another Protoss in the next round.
The road of Protoss for JonSnow. Can JonSnow overcome the 3 Protoss? Maybe
Actually,
symbolic.
it's 4. Scarlet played Protoss.
That
was the round 1.
That was a pre-dinner snack.
Wow. Wow, God.
Okay, Abyssal Reef will be our next map. It's like mayonnaise, it's good for you. Okay, so PiLiPiLi getting into the lobby as well. Or maybe not. Looking at the bracket there, Todd.
Yeah. I want to see JonSnow's roads because I wasn't sure who he played earlier. Like he beat Cuddlebear in round 1 of the winner's bracket, then lost to True. And then in the loser's bracket, beat Jig, then Silky. So pretty good ZVZ, I guess. And then won against Scarlet, and now he's up against PiLiPiLi and up 2-1 as well. Not too bad. Good showing.
Good showing. Not bad, not bad.
Just keep going back to this.
Not bad, not bad. I say, man, just making that building disappear. Not bad, not bad. Wait, who's that?
That was JonSnow.
Oh, it was? I've never actually seen him in real life.
Yes, you have Game of Thrones.
Who's host this time? It's PiLiPiLi. Pili host. Did this last time. Okay, there we go. I guess he just kicks host over to random people. Once it was you. What are you looking at?
The illegal, like, US of A rankings.
And?
Well, I need some time to process it.
Okay. Oh, I've done it wrong. No, I haven't. I've done it right. I've done it.
Yeah, actually, JonSnow is ranked 3rd
Yeah.
on illegal, like, behind Puck and Neeb.
Oh, that's gone well.
PiLiPiLi, because he's from, I believe, Kazakhstan.
Yes.
He's not listed as an American.
Nope. It's true.
Shocker, PiLiPiLi is the best player from Kazakhstan.
Who would have guessed?
Who's second?
Who is second? I bet it would be funny if he's the only one listed.
Oh, there are 2.
Oh, there's
Gladiator.
Gladiator. What a legend.
With less, well, more than 1,000 rating difference.
So if we went back to the old system of WCS, which was just nations, who would win? Who would come out on top? Probably PiLiPiLi.
Nice introductions.
It would be a sick tournament,
Let's
wouldn't
stop
it?
right there.
All right, spawning up to
I'm
the
going to
top
let you
left.
finish. Actually, I'll stop you right there.
JonSnow to the top left. And down to the bottom right, it's PiLiPiLi.
PiLiPiLi's got some of the best builds of all time.
PiLiPiLi. Let's go.
He's such a corny guy.
I am the corniest of nerds.
Did you have a lot of friends in school?
Nah. No, I did actually. It was funny.
Yeah?
So there was this moment where kind of like all of a sudden, like when I was in sixth form, I became really popular.
In what?
In sixth form. It's like when you're 17, 18 years old.
Okay.
I became like quite popular and everyone seemed to like me, but
Why?
I hated everyone.
Why did you become popular?
I don't know.
Was there a reason?
I
You were
get-
in a band?
Yeah, I was in a band for a long time.
Well, you were the drummer.
Yeah, but all my band members were older than me, like 20
Drummer
some.
is always irrelevant in a band.
No, I was sick.
just joking.
I was a wizard.
I thought the lead singer always gets all the attention.
Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, most of it. Yeah, but again, they were all older than me, so they weren't even in school. Like at the time, I was the only one of the
Really?
band. Yeah.
Well, but you mean they were doing something else, or they were just like dropout that tried to do full-time music?
They were like 20 some. Like, and I was young.
Oh, okay, so they graduated and stuff.
Yeah, they'd already done. So I was the.
Are you gonna grow your hair like super long again someday?
If I didn't have to be on stream, I would definitely grow my hair. So once
If I
I
didn't have to be
retire,
on stream, I would have grown a full beard.
yeah,
But that didn't go too well when I tried that recently.
I wanted you to do it, man. I wanted you to go all the way.
Yeah, well, I was forced into shaving.
You gave up. You gave in. You gave into the Gillette-sponsored tournament. You were like, wow, yeah, these adverts really are working.
The best a man can get.
Apparently, yeah.
Stargate opener once again here from Pili. Just a single one for now. Man, these walls make me nervous, but I guess he scouted and he's gonna
Yeah.
close that out at about the time it becomes really dangerous not to have that closed. An earlier Baning Nest than what we see most of the time, and 14 Zerglings on the way.
Ooh.
JonSnow with a one map lead here. He's got some room and some leeway to try something a little bit more aggressive if he wants to.
Wants to break his opponent now. JonSnow, will he breach the walls? Normally he has to defend them, but this time he's looking to breach them, Todd.
Yeah. I guess when he's assaulting King's Landing,
I guess so.
do that.
Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do. Careful of the wildfire. As PiLiPiLi sends out an oracle.
Some sick spoilers, man.
Well. These lings are going to go all the way around, so keeping themselves hidden for the moment, and this could hurt. He's
be
going to
honest,
try and break the walls.
What happens in Game of Thrones is so obvious.
Yeah, of course. Some.
I mean, I can't predict exactly which main characters are gonna die. Because
No.
it's most of them anyway, but
If you just say all of them, then you're correct.
yeah.
Good prediction. That's a lot of banelings.
Okay, so wait, does PiLiPiLi know, or he's warping in at least one sentry behind his wall there? That third base. Oh, the overcharge is huge actually.
That's big.
He's gonna go around, barely outside the area of the overcharge here.
He
We've got
wants
no
to-
overcharge left over, so he's gonna burst right through that wall here. There is one single force field available.
Force field.
He can stace his wall actually behind his wall even. I don't think this has done enough, but
It's
more links are
failed.
gonna stream in.
Yeah. It's not done much. Not much at all. Here come the lings again. More banelings morphing in. The Oracle sees quite a bit of that.
You might as well have attacked into the green wider, Chaos.
Yeah, you may have. This is not good. It's not working out. It's trying to work down on a pylon, but that's about it. Photon overcharge is available for that, but not even going to go for it. And it does force the cancellation, but the wall, so far, has not been breached.
Yeah. And the walker count tells the story here. 24 against 46. This has to do more there. And I don't think he's got enough to really blow up that cybercore and the gateway.
Don't think so. Here come the lings again, with the banelings trying to get on through there, and they managed to actually filter through, but at the same time, the wall is still fully
that's a sick
functional.
wall.
The multiple layers. What are you going to do when there's a force field sealing in all of your Zerglings into the pit of death?
Whew. Catch your breath, guys.
It's fine. It's fine.
I love how Pili panicked and he remade a cybercore, and actually his original cybercore survived, but he's so low on hit points that he's like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna risk it, so I'll keep my second core
it's true.
on the way.
Very, very good stuff. Cancels. Let's get going. Mr. Pilius doing very well. All right, third base. Started once again. Spore crawlers in response to the potential of those oracles coming across the map. But it's too late.
It's too late to apologize.
Is that what you have to do as a Protoss? Apologize to people?
No, you don't. You own it.
Dishonorable tactics. No apologies necessary.
Do you really think Haz is sorry?
No, oh no, definitely not. Never.
When he retires to his dungeon, doing his Machiavellus laugh.
That's the only way you're getting me to Dreamhack WCS Austin, is if Haas is there. You better qualify, Haas.
Haz should be at every tournament.
He should.
It's amazing. Even though like he hasn't been doing pretty well, to be honest.
No.
Like he's been losing in all the tournaments, but his game has been having these. He's just making people's jaw drops, all right? Like
Yeah, even if he doesn't qualify, you just bring him as like a set piece. Just have him on the background.
That's like a referee or something.
Yeah.
As long as he's playing some games in the corner, even if it's just ladder, like I'm fine.
You just consult the great Haas.
Okay,
from time
what
to
is
time.
going on with this move out here? PiLiPiLi.
Yeah, it's
He's completely misreading the situation. He ne's to be at home defending.
Oh.
And he's going to be looking for a force field donut around these paintings, though, or his army.
That's not gone well to start. Where are they going? This is a thing. Now all his army is like trapped in a really weird spot, away from his bases.
Not going to was it the green water or whatever in Game of Thrones?
The green water.
Yeah, what is it called? Like
You mean the lake outside King's Landing?
yeah.
There you go. GG. PiLiPiLi takes it.
Well, like that fire, that crazy fire here, like
There.
wrecks everything.
What's the water?
Banelings are already green, so they're already infected with it. You just need to light them up with an oracle.
I can't remember what the body of water is called outside it. I don't know.
You know the hardcore guy,
No.
as you thought you were.
Well, I never said I was really for Game of Thrones.
Really?
No. I like this music. It's soothing.
Good hold by PiLiPiLi there.
Yep.
And now we're all even. It's a best of 4.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, it is, I suppose. Okay, so they are on... I can scroll up and find out what map they're on before we even get into it, or I could just join the lobby. That'd be fine as well. Belshire Vestige.
I can't blame a player for like trying something when he's up one map like this, but I have to say like this never really was gonna work, was it? Like there are much better all-ins that I think you can do on a map like this. Like the wall-off was clean enough. Maybe he was counting on the wall-off to be worse, which from some players we've seen.
Yeah.
But with the third base already up, like the overcharge is ready, like I don't know. You would have taken PiLiPiLi some serious mistakes for this to work from JonSnow, so.
That it would.
2 apiece, man.
2 apiece. 3:30 a.m. here in Europe. And JonSnow is the host. Let's go.
Why do you keep mentioning the time? People are not going to feel sorry for you, mate.
That's the first time I've mentioned the time in this broadcast. I did it in the other ones because I was really tired.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way.
It's like the 4th time at least.
No. Not at all.
Wait, who is host? Oh, okay, it's not us.
JonSnow.
He didn't know it, did he now?
No, he didn't. JonSnow says you're host. I'm pretty sure you are, JonSnow. All right. Countdown is finished. Who's going to win, Todd?
Be PiLiPiLi.
Based on what?
He got momentum, he won last game.
Wow.
And also his Belshire Vestige.
Wow.
Great map for carriers.
Okay.
Look at the supply.
To the bottom right-hand corner in the red, representing Storm Gaming,
And Kazakhstan.
it's PiLiPiLi. Ba-ba-bum. And up to the top left-hand corner, in the blue,
Also representing Storm Gaming. And the US of A.
it's JonSnow. Ba-da-ba-da.
Joint introduction. There you go.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Not even rehearsed. Just happened.
Well, esports rehearsals really don't need to be happening ever, do they now?
No, especially the amount of time we spent in esports rehearsals.
PiLiPiLi not going for an earlier scout here. Just gonna go for gateway down the ramp. Maybe he's gonna delay that, but
Oh, mind games. Mind games. Oh, what's going on here, Todd?
what's going on with you?
Oh, there's plenty going on with me. It's all wacky
Yeah,
and
when are
crazy
we
in
gonna
my
get
world.
that beatbox you promised?
Never. I've decided against it.
Why?
In protest.
You're not bad at all at it.
Thanks.
So do it.
Maybe later.
Imagine your favorite song was on. That one song that we played during the break, where there's the
honking?
honking.
Beep, beep.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, please. We need to change the playlist in this studio. Not the StarCraft songs that you're listening to this time, but for any other show, we have this playlist that I've literally had to listen to for 5.5 years that I've been here. Please.
Yeah, seriously, like, can we get some Darude or something in this house?
That would be better. Anything at this point. The Sesame Street teaching us how to count thing that we had yesterday would be better.
PiLiPiLi can do the full scout across the map, sees that it was a hatchery early on that usual third base that Zergs would take by JonSnow. And he's going for an Adept. Shocker. Are we going to see the Stargate or a Twilight, though? It's the only question that matters. Boom, Twilight.
There you go. Your question has been answered.
Is he going to be a Stalker or a second Adept? He's a second Adept.
It feels like well, I guess we're just going to get a big glaive push, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
That would be nice to see from PiLiPiLi. Although it didn't work out too well in that game where he did go for the big Adept push on... Was it Cactus Valley?
Yeah, but he wasn't all in, though. It was different. Like, you can just go like 3 gates now in the first place.
Yeah.
And then go... Actually, we haven't seen too much of like 3 gateways glaive into a double Stargates. Like, he used to be one of the builds that you see more and more of, but nowadays haven't been seen as much.
Fallen out of favor, you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Out of fashion.
Out of fashion, yeah. Other Protoss sweaters have become more fashionable. As this Overlord is going to get in, have a look around. Boop, boop, boop. I only see one gateway there, but the other one sees another gateway here, so 3 gateways with a robo on the way. Do we get a Dark Shrine, Todd? Can I get a Dark Shrine? Bids for a Dark Shrine? Maybe for a Dark Shrine?
Can I please get a Dark Shrine?
Can I please get a Dark Shrine? Oh my god.
Actually, I think it's just going to be the
Disaster.
glaives and mass adepts with which you still go for a third base. It's just so odd to see a Protoss play targetless, right?
No.
But PiLiPiLi is very good at this style too. Where usually when you go for adepts like this, you will add sentries. Later on, you will add immortals and then go for a follow-up timing. I'm actually surprised that we see so little Paling drops against this, because it really is the counter.
Yep. There you go, the shades.
Ravagers, I guess, supposedly on paper, are meant to break force fields.
Yeah.
And Ro16 now starts.
There's a lot of lings already to greet this. Depends on the surround, really, and how well going to deal with when the shades come out. Although the Adepts are being very cautious about getting over to the other side of the map. So they are taking the time, which means that the Roach point is going to be nearer to completion.
I think PiLiPiLi knows that JonSnow is good enough to have a ton of Zerglings, so he's even shading out of there. Okay, I get some drone. At least one.
Yup.
And Sentry is being warped in behind this, as planned. He needs to be careful with that rally point here with the Immortal, even though that wall is sealed off. Like, if that guy starts walking across the map, it would be pretty bad.
But it would. They go in again. They get some lings.
And
shade out.
4 more gateways behind this, so it's just going to be a massive follow-up.
Cool spot where he's put them as well.
Ton of
Very
units.
far away from the Overlords. But can he have anything to deny the Overlords from potentially getting up there?
There is no charge this time around, by the way.
Just Adept Immortal, maybe?
Yeah, just pure Adept Immortal with the sentries that he has.
He has an extra gas, right, compared to the Zealot push that he went for.
Yeah, the real challenge in this for Zerg is to realize what kind of attack is going to come. Like, you can't know what's being made out of the Twilight Council, even if there is anything being made at all. which would be nice to scout, actually. That would be a big tell that it's just going to be a ton of adepts, and then you can adjust your army to that. But the real challenge to scout is how much Protoss wants to commit to economy. Because you have to count probes and stuff in the middle line, and natural, like, it's super hard. There's going to be something denying that Overlord or Overseer. So you can expect most of the time a timing to come for you, but stopping to make drones at the exact right time is basically the science with which you win or lose games here against Protoss. And
yeah,
right now it feels like that Baneling Nest is super late for JonSnow, even though he's making only units from there. He might have overdrone. Like, if you look at his armies, he's just gonna tap out.
It felt like he missed the move out from the wall.
Yeah,
because the Overlord was there.
It's hard on this map. Like the watchtowers don't show that much.
No, and the Overlord at the wall was slightly close to where they were moving out, but just very on the edge.
Yeah.
So he did see it, but for like split seconds.
Oh my God, we're getting PiLiPiLi against Puck. What's up now?
All right.
That's a sick match.
So it's our 3 Protoss remaining to figure out who is going to be first, second, and third. Puck and PiLiPiLi will be next up, and the winner goes on to play against Neeb. We already saw Neeb dispatch of Puck previously in dominating fashion.
Yeah, and Puck and PiLiPiLi already played as well in round 2 of the winners brackets. And Puck was able to win 3-0.
Oh.
A rematch between these two. I think both of them are pretty good at PvP. I feel like 3-0. It shouldn't go 3-0 to Puck most of the time. Just not saying he's bad or anything, just saying like PiLiPiLi, I think he's better than that. So looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one, man.
Saying it's bad, okay. So now
Even if you don't play Protoss, make sure you watch that series.
Okay, all right. So, great stuff. We are going to go to a short break here for WCS Challenger, and when we are back, it's PvP all the way between Puck, PiLiPiLi, and Neeb.